Hi everyone. Today we're going to be looking at the Click PLC retentive data memory registers. Now the Click PLC retentive data memory registers are not included in the program file by default. All Click PLC CPUs are included, and this option must be selected to include the C, CT, DS, DD, DH, DF, CTD, and text or TXT memory in the Click project file. We will be enabling this option to include the retentive data memory in the Click program file from the Click programming software. We will also be installing a battery and programming an expiry date. This will indicate when the battery will need to be replaced. So let's get started. Detailed information contained in the video can be found at accautomation.ca. A link has been put in the description below. If you have not watched the other videos yet, there'll be links in the description below that will start you at video 1. There'll be links to the rest of the videos in the series as well. So maintain retentive values in the PLC project or in the Click project file. And normally a Click project file only includes initial values for registers. We can change this by saving the retentive values in the Click programming software. So select software setup. So here we can go setup here, and we can go software setup, which is right here. And then we can go to System tab. Now the other way of doing this is staying at the home screen. We can go to Software, Software Setup, and again going to the System tab. And we will click on the Maintain Memory Values in the Project PLC. And we'll hit OK. So what this now will do is retain those values. So if we go File, Save, it's going to ask me to upload the current retentive values to the project. Now what we can do is we can also click on Don't Ask Again during the software setup. So in other words, if I want to save multiple times, it'll always do this. So we're going to say yes to that. So it's going to upload those values from the controller first, then save it as the package. And once it's done, it takes a little longer because we are communicating to the PLC. And then once we're done, we can actually write those values down. And when we write those values, you'll see it comes up normally. Okay. We're going to proceed with the runtime. And there we go. Then it's going to say, well, do you want to download the retentive values to the Click PLC? So this is from the memory area from the program file of the Click. So we're going to say yes. And now we've just downloaded those memory areas. So it's always good to actually have that. Now on the Click SRAM memory retention, now all Click and Click Plus PLCs make use of data registers to store values and conditions. These values as shown above can be stored in a project file on your computer as shown. And the data is stored in the SRAM memory of the Click PLC. This volatile memory is backed up by a supercapacitor. And the supercapacitor is a special type of capacitor that is designed to provide power to volatile memory like SRAM when the power is off to the PLC. So if we look at a chart, the normal basic, all the Click PLCs, the basic, the standard, and the analog PLCs are always backed up by 7 days. So everything that we just saved in our project file is backed up by 7 days for the supercapacitor when the power is off. On the Ethernet units, the basic, standard, and analog, this is down to 1 hour. And this also includes all Click Plus PLCs as an hour for your supercapacitor. So to prevent the loss of SRAM memory during power down, the Click PLCs also have a battery backup feature that will retain the data in the SRAM for 3 years. So on the Click Plus PLC, this is a battery CR2032, and on all other Click PLCs, it's a battery CR2354. So they are different batteries and they will be installed differently. What we'll do now is we will install the battery of our Click Plus PLC. So let me just first of all disconnect here from the PLC. And we can actually view the PLC itself. There we go. And you can see that we have our Click Plus PLC here. And we are communicating currently, or we were communicating through our Ethernet port. We can also go through our serial through our 485 adapter or converter. The battery holder itself is located at the back of the CPU unit, which is right here, and this pops right out. So that is my battery holder. And what we do is we install the battery, which is our CR2032. Now, before that installation, what you want to do is make sure that the power to the CPU has been on for at least 10 minutes to charge that CPU's capacitor prior to removing the battery. And this will retain the function memories. So then what we do is we power off the PLC. There we go. So the power is off now. We're actually going to install this memory, or this CR2032, into our holder, and that snaps into place. And then we will install this back into the controller itself and push that right down. So once that is installed, we will power up the PLC once again. So that was the battery installation of the Click Plus PLC. And what we can do is, if we look at the regular Click PLCs, you see the only difference is that it has a lever on the top of it, and we open that up and the negative side goes in. So again, that's how we install the battery. Now, going back to our software, we can connect back online again. You can see here we're connecting Ethernet. There we go. We can hit status so we can just see the connection, and we are in run mode. And now what we can do is look at the Click PLC programming battery replacement date. Now, the Click PLC and all PLCs have the feature that indicate the pre-scheduled battery replacement date has passed, and this will activate an error light on your CPU. Now, on the Click programming software, we'll go to the pull-down menu, set up battery backup setup. So we go setup, and then right here, there's battery backup setup. Or on the home screen, we can go CPU and then battery backup setup. Here, what you will see is that we have batteries not installed, and by turning this on, bit number SC203 will turn on, indicating that we have a battery installed. And this will also indicate or allow the SC28, or the battery low voltage, to be shown, and the error light blinks when that battery is not good. And then what happens is we can actually turn on the battery replacement notification. Turn it right now. This is our installed date, and what we can do is set our expiry date. And again, as we said, it would be 3 years, so 2024. Or what we can do is we can select from a calendar, and you can set up that any date you'd like. Once that date is activated and the battery exceeds that the time, SC29 will then turn on to tell you that we need to replace the battery. We'll set OK for that. And now we have to transfer this to the PLC. We're going to upload those values first to save them. And they're going to be uploaded, and then we're going to actually write our project. Proceed to runtime download. And we will actually download our retentive values. And there we go. So now, anytime that the battery level is low or it passes that expiry date, we will have an error on the CPU in order to indicate that our battery needs to be changed. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button below. If you have any questions about the video, please leave a comment below and I'll do my best to answer it. If you want more information about us or you want our free ebooks on numbering systems or robust data logging, please click on the link in the description below to get it. A new video is put out every Monday, so make sure you hit the subscribe button so you get more videos like this in the future. Remember to click the bell beside your subscription to actually receive those notifications. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Stay safe.